Hey y'all, so today is day 7. I am trying to get away from the blue light because I have the blue light filters and my lenses to help me, but y'all just may have to get some blue light today unless I stay down like this. So be patient with me. Welcome to day 7. So let's just jump right in. This morning I posted to my stories a tweet around hyper independence, which is basically this whole mindset of I don't need anybody, I can do it all. And the tweet was mainly around how that's just not true. It's a false narrative, it's a lie, because we need others. So for day 7, what I want to do is talk about the importance of connections and community, what a community is, and how we can go deeper in our relationships, deeper in our connections with them. Now, when I speak of community, I'm talking about the people with whom you surround yourself with on a consistent basis. You define consistent. People that you share something similar with. Those people who know you and who are committed to learning you as you evolve, but they also hold you to a standard. I think it's easy for us to think of all the communities in which we belong, right? And I think it's a blessing that we belong to so many different communities. For example, the Christian community, being black and from the South, our families, workplace, fraternities or sororities, geographic communities. You may have a community of a running group, a working group, groups that we share hobbies with. So many types of communities. And each of those can be broken down into subgroups. But what about our connections within those groups? Are our connections healthy, or do they cause more anxiety? Are they symbiotic, like mutually beneficial, or are they parasitic? That's the U.S. in biology, y'all. Johnson Science Tower. But what are those connections like? How are those relationships built? Deep down inside, we all know that we need each other. I think we can agree on that to some level. But what I don't think we realize is the depth in which we do. In the depth in which we actually need each other. So, I have some research for you, and I have citations for my nerds. But there was one study that showed that a lack of social connection is a greater detriment to our health than obesity or high blood pressure. And then there was a meta-analytic review that said on the flip side, social connection leads to a 50% increased chance of longevity. Now, let me be clear that I pulled stats from these particular studies. I have not included or shared with you guys demographics, limitations, all that stuff, okay? But let me give you a quote that I think really hits the nail on the head, and it's from Brene Brown. We all know Brene from Daring Greatly, from Super Soul Sunday. But here's a quote from her, and I'm going to read it. She says, "A deep sense of love and belonging is an irresistible need of all people. We are biologically, cognitively, physically, and spiritually wired to love, to be loved, and to belong. When those needs are not met, we don't function as we were meant to. We break, we fall apart, we numb, we ache, we hurt others, and we get sick." Listen, y'all, I think we have the social part down. I think we've mastered that part. I think we've mastered representing a community. What I don't think we have a depth of is connections. So how do we deepen our connections? Now, before I jump into ways that I have learned and still learning how to deepen my connections, let me be clear. Not everybody in your community deserves a deep connection. Some people are surface level. But the more we heal, the more we'll be able to discern and filter who those people are. Okay, so how do I deepen my connections? 1, I identify people who I value and the reasons why I value them. Are they great work partners? Do they pray for me? Do they encourage me? Do they challenge me? Who are those people in my life where I value? And why do I value them? I always work hard to be honest. It is not easy, but being honest deepens a connection. I try to have the courage to be vulnerable and transparent. Y'all, I am still coming on here with y'all, and I'm still trying to figure out acne. But that's just me being vulnerable in hopes that what I'm sharing with me is helping somebody else, right? Working through the hard times, it doesn't matter the dynamic of the relationship within the community, right? So work, intimate, platonic, there are going to be some hard times. There are going to be times where I've been honest and I've unintentionally hurt someone. I need to be able to work through that with them. Be reliable and dependable. If no one in my community can depend on me, what value am I bringing to them? And to that point, that's not always saying yes to every time someone asks me to do something. That's having the courage to be honest, to say, this is what I can hold and this is what I can't. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid. I can't be afraid to be Nisi. I have to be authentic to me. I laugh. I crack jokes. That's who I am. And the final way that I've learned to deepen connections is to be okay with evolving relationships. The way we interact at 17 may not be the way we need to or interact at 37. Some relationships go away, and that's okay. Be honest if it hurts. Be honest how you feel when it changes, but that's okay. Deepening our connections are going to be vital to us healing individually and collectively. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. And as always, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all more than you know.